That'll work, right? Once in a while.
That bunny, I put that bunny. Yeah, I know. But I'll be like, I can put it in your cooler.
Keeping your weight on your back foot or forward foot? Or are you even doing any of that?
I'm hitting bunker shots real well. I feel dead flat-footed.
You feel flat-footed.
And it also will depend on the terrain where I'm going.
You know, all the stuff I read says, you know, you lean forward, and I'm watching you, and it feels like your weight's more back. And
Remember, I don't have to lean forward as much because I've got the slope already fighting.
But you feel like just flat, like the weight's just...
If I was going to hit this shot, I would probably say feel-wise, 60-40. To keep the golf club from not flipping and getting...
You would still have some weight forward, got you?
Yes.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, I have to because of this slope, and as obviously I get closer to the bank...
Then you put more weight forward.
You really have to. Because otherwise, if I swing
But if you're
with the
back
slope,
there where you were at, you can kind of just be flat-footed.
if I back up maybe and almost to this area where it starts going away from me...
I got you.
You know.
Okay.
All I'm really worried about is where the golf club is entering the sand.
Yes.
And how do I get it there?
Yes.
And of course, making sure that the bounce is complementary to where my leading edge actually digs.
So I'm just working on getting real steep because I'm breaking my wrists and getting steep because I haven't been doing that, and then I just hit down with my right hand.
Be careful how steep
you
get, because that's very difficult, in my opinion, to replicate.
Gotcha.
Because if this action can be timed only at that point where I hit the ball, whereas if I feel more shallow, I'm going to have a longer flat area to hit this. I mean, literally, I can hit this bunker shot with no steep action whatsoever just by going back and forth like this, okay? Real shallow, and still get the ball out of the bunker. It's the golf club that's doing it, not you and I.
Are you worried about breaking your wrist? Are you breaking your wrist?
No, actually, most times I'm trying to eliminate it.
Are you?
Well, think of it. It's another variable that I'm adding to that shot. If I'm setting my wrist real quickly, certain days my golf club may dig more or less, and I have no way of controlling that. I'm talking zero.
Yeah, like none.
So and the same thing with pitches. If I feel real level or shallow, my hitting area effectively gets pretty large where I have a margin for error not hitting this shot well.
Gotcha.
But if I'm getting real steep with it, in my opinion, that area now gets real small because the bottom of my arc is on a really steep angle.
Gotcha.
You know, so you watch, I think you watch the younger players of this generation play, they're more feeling like real slow. Where you and I used to remember good players like Gary Player, great bunker player, without question.
Right.
He was real quick wrist set.
Steep, yeah.
But, I'm sure that guy spent more hours in the bunker than you and I could even imagine. So, it's relative to that. But you watch like Stricker pitch or Jason Day or Adam, Luke Donald even, their bunker play has a very long, almost more flat arc to it.
Long flat. Wow.
Yes. So when I get in there, all I'm recognizing is, if that winds up there, I just want to remove about that swatch of sand with the golf club.
That's about it.
How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to dig in here, feel where the soil is leading me as far as the depth of it.
Yep.
And then I sit that club down, and I'm just going to slide it.
You're going to slide the club underneath.
Underneath it, you hear kind of that popping noise.
Totally.
In some way, somehow, that ball hopefully will come out. And it's the length of my swing that dictates
Yeah.
how far I hit it or how short I hit it.
And that you get good speed doing that too.
Exactly. Yeah, of course you can't decelerate it.
Right,
And that's the
totally.
moment where you're like, okay, we're going to hit this shot or we're not. You know, if I had to, let's say, hit it real short or just get it over the lip of the bunker, maybe my swing would get a little shorter, you know, and I might feel a little more finesse to it to hit a shorter distance.
You're just driving it right underneath it.
It is, and it's that relationship. You know, when they talk about bouncing, you read about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is your savior right here. You got to use it. You know,
Gotta
everyone
use
thinks that bounce is not a good thing. It's a great thing out of the bunker.
Yeah.
The more I open the face,
Right.
the more I'm exposing that. But you don't really need that. This is a 58-degree wedge I'm hitting here. It's got plenty of loft on it. All I got to do is get the golf club to dig, and especially in our bunkers, which are usually, I mean, this bunker's pretty good, but usually they're,
There's not a lot
you
of
know,
sand.
they're more like that
I
firmness
know.
down here.
I know. Yeah.
You know, hard. So all I want is that front edge to start digging underneath that shot, and you'll hear it.
Yep.
You know, it kind of
Just
pops
like
it up,
that.
gets it out.
Cool.
You know, but it's a nice.
Yeah.
I'm feeling this. I may be setting a little more than I'm realizing it, but I definitely don't feel like my first move is this.
But yes, you are setting it probably a hair more than you think you are.
Exactly, but you know.
Yeah,
if-
but you're not thinking about that. That's not your first move.
No,
Yeah.
If anything, I'm trying to feel
Yeah.
more level through the strike. And the
Gotcha.
more I open the face a little bit and swing across my feet,
Right.
you know, the more I can judge it how far that comes out of the bunker.
Gotcha. Cool.
But, you know, if you're working on it, I'd work on ball contact first before anything else.
Ball contact, meaning
Meaning this
meaning just that
in
small
relation to what
small
I'm trying
area.
to do.
Okay.
You know?
Just that small
Old
area.
golf pros always used to talk about you just want to remove a $1 bill out of that sand right there that the ball's
And
sitting
that's
in the
it.
middle. You know,
Gotcha.
That's George, right? In the middle of the bill.
Gotcha.
I take the club back, I remove that,
Gotcha.
ball's coming out of there.
Cool. I'll work on it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Good luck with it.